If there's one thing that is going to destroy this generation that we are staring at, this generation calling themselves Gen Z or whatever they call themselves, is access to too much information, but too much lazy to do research and get facts and even back the information they have with wisdom. So an event that has annually been conducted in this country called Summer Tides just happened at the coast and it ended. And that event has left a trail of questions. People are getting shocked at the kind of photos, the kind of videos, the kind of aftermath that we are getting from the so-called Summer Tide. People are behaving as if Summer Tide happened in 2026 alone. For your information, Summer Tide first happened in 2019. Every year in July, this event has been taking place. This one of 2026 was a peculiar one. It was a strange one. And I'll explain to you why I'm saying it was a strange one or it was a peculiar one. But before we go to that, what is the origin of Summer Tide? Summer Tide is it's a party that was started by some gentleman. I don't want to call his name. So is this a young man who comes from a well-to-do family? Of course, his family is very rich. He learned in an international school. So he came up with a mentality. This thing of once we have cleared school and we want to enjoy freedom outside there, we go and we conduct house parties. What if we conduct all these house parties, we do them at one place, and we get some music, we can even invite some musicians from elsewhere to come and participate in it. Initially, that particular party used to be called Afterglow. But that particular party has metamorphosed into a different thing. Today, we are calling it Summer Tides. I'm very sure that the young man who started this thing for the purposes of just young men enjoying after school, today, if he sees the kind of things that are taking place, I'm told he used to be a DJ. I don't know if he's still a DJ. I'm very sure that if today he looks at the kind of things that are happening, unless he's part of it, he would be wondering, now, why would somebody decide to change this thing after Afterglow to Summer Tides? I took some time and I talked to some gentlemen. These gentlemen I got one foreigner. And you know me, I'm very good at doing my research. I got one foreigner who was part of the original organization, the surrounding, because they are owning hotels around there. So this guy already came up with an idea, but there are people who will always come to help him make this thing to come to pass. So one of the people who actually financed this thing or were part of the organizers of this thing, I had a talk with him, and he's a foreigner. Another one is a young man who is very influential in the preparations of these Summer Tides. Now let's get it here. Whereas this young man might have come up with a good or a noble get-together forum or party for people to meet, enjoy, dance, and listen to some good music, this event was hijacked by seriously spiritual people who have got connections to the underworld. These people get their strength. These people get their power. These people get their wealth from under the sea, the marine power, the marine energy, so that they can be able to connect the marine energy or the marine power to the afterglow. They came up with the name summer, which means during the summer or during the hot period, and then they connect it to the tides of the sea. So the name Summer Tides. What a beautiful name. Ordinarily, the name is supposed to be Summer Times, but they changed it to Summer Tides. That tides was not fixed in that name for a decoration. So this person says, and this is what he says, I can give you this, and I verify this from, I can tell you this, that Psalmatides got the name because that very festival is supposed to be evoking the ocean and under the sea marine energy infused with specific kind of music that has got a specific kind of background. And that is why you will agree with me, those who went for the Psalmatides, they will tell you, they're just specific music that ikiisha wanarudia. They will not try anything new. The music that was being played there has got a specific background, and there is a reason why it was being played. Dear Gen Z, I know you are a party animal. I know you are looking for freedom. I know we are backwards and nobody's supposed to be challenging you. I know we don't know anything. You know everything. It is your life. We should not care. We should mind our business. But now let me surprise you something that I was able to gather from that. One of the groups that have hijacked the Psalmatides is the gays and the lesbians. And statistically speaking, the number of gays, men who have decided to become women, and they dress and they even behave like women. Women or girls who have decided that then they are going to do sex with fellow girls, the lesbians. That number, the LGBTQ community, were more in that function or in that party more than the people who are straight. Take statistics and look. That is number one. And let nobody ever lie to you that lesbianism and gayism is a matter of rights. It is a deeply spiritual affair. And these guys, there is a God that they worship. That God, this guy says, is attached to the marine spirits. And he says that, Mwalimu, if you think we are lying, anybody can say those Izoni stories are jabba. This is what he told me. That one thing we need to know, nobody painted or told these people somewhere how they should dress when going for this party. The spirits dictated the party, the dress code. Suddenly, girls were going to that party without panties, skimpily dressed, their vaginas were out, people were dressed in a very shameful way. Walikuwa wanavaa tu bra wanaenda. Nobody dictated how people should attend that party. But the spirits were able to dictate how people were to dress. That is number one. He says number two, the greatest number of attendees were gays, lesbians, and sexual traders, malaya. If your wife left you and went to that party, if your husband left you and went to that party, if your boyfriend left you and went to that party, or your girlfriend left you and went to that party, or you carried your girlfriend in the abundance of your foolishness and ignorance, you carried your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your wife and you went to that party, I have got bad news for you. And he says it was a forum packed with spiritual transactions whose currency was sex. What was going on there was not listening to music. It was alcohol and sex. Others having sex in the car, in the bush, just down there, right before people. It was sex. That was the currency of the day. He goes ahead and he says, like the tides come and hit the shores and go away with things, destinies were washed away on the altar of enjoyment. As tides come and hit things and go, that is how your destiny was traded and it was washed and it went away. Continue enjoying. He goes ahead and he says, if you think that I'm lying, Mwalimu, if your friend went for Psalmatides and spent his salary or earnings in Psalmatides, watch his or her progress between now and next Psalmatides. Kama ulitumia salary yako kuspend kwa hii Psalmatides, he says, watch your progress in your workplace or in your business between now and the next Psalmatides. We will compare notes. He goes ahead and he says, if you are in a stable relationships or planning to enter one or got married, watch how it goes between now and the next Psalmatides. He says, if you have become pregnant from the sexual escapades of the Psalmatides and you will live there when you are pregnant, watch and see what happens between you and your child or the person who impregnated you between now and Psalmatides to confirm if this thing was greatly spiritual or it is lies. Last but not least, take stock of your friends between now and next, how many will die and how they will die.